Well, good day. Today is Monday, and you're probably wondering who is this guy with no hair? That's my Florida do. Good day, CJ. And yes, I decided to. I just drives me nuts with my hair not cooperating. I got two cowlicks, and if anybody else, yeah, well, I'm sure you all know what a cowlick is. Um, Maybe the younger generation doesn't. I don't know, but today is February 17th, and it's a Monday. And we had a heck of a snow, sleet, rainstorm yesterday. Everything's all iced up. Um, One of our cars got stuck in the snow. I had to pull that out yesterday. What a joy. So thank you for your weather statements or situations where you are. It looked nice in other places. There was 74 in I believe Arizona, and not sure about Florida, but there were some other nice temperatures. In Texas, it was warmer. uh, but yeah, this is like the first winter in a long time that I've spent this much time here, and I am looking forward to some warmer. Hello, Denise. And yes, I'm looking at it myself for the first time, really, the hairstyle. So my son got one just like this, and I said, "Oh, I'm gonna get one like that too." All right, so we're gonna continue on here. We're really getting close, so I can show you some actual examples of how to do acceptance for value, or how to do a little bit of um, credit exemption exchange, and yeah, let's get started with the Good Day Rising prayers. But first, I'm a little bit behind. Let me grab some water. Yeah, we live on a hill, and it was just ice going down the hill. So even with the snow tires and whatnot, and four-wheel drive and everything, it's just going down and then right into the snowbank because there's a little curve. All right, let's get started. And this I got the email from Truth Heart, and I wanted to say I will get these out to you as soon as I find your address again. If I have it, if not, send it to me. I can't remember. I have to check in the computer. The white scapular, and yes, I do have some more. I have a package I'm trying to get out to go to Europe to Peter, who said he would help distribute them, and I just been dragging my feet, and I apologize for that. All right. In nomine Dei, matronam nostra, Dei miesum Christum, Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Let us place ourselves in the presence of the Most Holy Trinity, and in Catholic contemplation, humbly venerate the Divine Family. 1 second. Just remembered this door is open. And I thought I broke the snowblower yesterday, but it appears I didn't, because my son is out there using it, so thankfully he's a mechanic. Most Holy and Venerable Trinity, one Divine Family, I believe that thou art here present. I venerate thee with the deepest humility. I render to thee with my whole heart the homage which is due to thee. O most Holy Trinity, I firmly believe that thou art one divine family, consisting of Deum Matronam Nostrae et Deum Iesum Christum et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. And relying on thine infinite goodness and promises, I hope to obtain pardon of my sins, the help of thy grace, and life everlasting, through the merits of Deum Iesum Christum et Deum Matronam Nostrae. O most holy Trinity, I love thee above all things with my whole heart and soul, because thou art all good and worthy of all love. I love my neighbor as myself for love of thee, and I forgive all who have injured me, and ask pardon of all whom I have injured. Let us thank the most holy Trinity for the many graces that we receive, and offer ourselves and our sufferings up to heaven, and for the souls in purgatory. O most holy Trinity, I most humbly thank thee for all the favors thou hast bestowed upon me to the present moment. It is again thanks to thy bounty that I should live to see this day, and I desire to employ it solely in thy service. I consecrate to thee all my thoughts, words, actions, and sufferings of this day. Sanctify them, that there may be none that is not animated by thy love, or that would not tend to thy greater glory. Let us make a firm resolution to avoid evil and to do good, and let us beg of the most holy Trinity the graces which are necessary to us. O most holy Trinity, thou knowest my weakness, and that I am unable to do anything good without the help of thy grace. Deny me not thy grace proportionate to my necessities. Give me strength to avoid everything which thou forbiddest, to practice the good which thou hast commanded, and enable me patiently to bear all the trials which it may please thee to send me. O Dea Matronam Nostrae, Mother of God, I place myself under thy protection. I throw myself with confidence into the arms of thy compassion. Be to me, O Mother of Mercy, my refuge in distress, my consolation in suffering, now and at the hour of my death. O most holy Trinity, as envisioned by Saint Lucia as the most holy Trinitarian Theophany, Dea Matronam Nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, I am heartily sorry for having offended thee, and I detest all my sins, because I dread the loss of heaven and the pains of hell, but most of all because they offend thee, O most holy Trinity, who are all good and deserving of all my love. I firmly resolve, with the help of thy grace, to confess my sins, to do penance, and to amend my life. I noticed there was a what looked to be a sprite, and if you're not familiar with those are like vertical cloud formations that don't really look like clouds, and this one was in the shape of Our Lady. It was not distinct, but it was pretty darn good, and that was over Greece. And it's interesting that it appeared there. Some are calling it an apparition. And because Santorini is really, really starting to bubble over there in the Aegean Sea, and the volcano is definitely giving signs of a pre-eruption. Anybody in that area, I highly recommend to be aware. It's not far off the coast of Turkey, and not that far south of Italy. And Campi Flegrei, which is in southern Italy, near Mount Vesuvius, and Naples is also showing signs of volcanic pre-warnings, and that's getting closer to Rome. So just wanted to point those things out. If anybody can get a picture of that, that Greece quote-unquote apparition, check it out. All right, we're going to get into remedy review on chapter 25. How about that? Affidavit of information. Okay, so yes, very important. We start with an affidavit of information. Affidavit being a statement of fact. The biological property of every American has been pre-registered as a corporation of one in a national system of public policy designed to keep track of and control the people at peace under the ancient system of pledge. Before I get in too deep, I did also want to mention I felt that I was moving away a little bit from my main focus as a priest with this. So I wanted to make sure that I stress that we make sure that we keep up with our prayers and our contemplations. And contemplation, again, 15 minutes. The rosary takes, maybe half an hour. Contemplation, 15 minutes every day. Set aside an hour and you're good. Every American has been pre-registered as a 14th Amendment corporate citizen of the corporate United States as the source of credit supporting the promissory notes of the private, non-Federal Reserve that we mistakenly call dollars. The United States holds a security interest in each state's corporation of one by the operation of the law merchant. The operation of the law merchant under a scheme of secured transactions according to commercial contract law under the Uniform Commercial Code, commonly called the UCC. All right, that's a mouthful. Read it, get the book and read it, and if you have to, go over that. And again, before I forget, thank you, Lucy, for your email. I did get that. And she was mentioning, which really would be interesting, supposedly, and somebody else can confirm this. The Doge team went into the IRS, and I guess they're letting go, I'm not sure if she said hundreds or thousands of employees, but, and she also mentioned in her email to me that possibly that anybody who owed back taxes don't have to worry about that anymore. That they're going to be, quote unquote, forgiven. And in reality, there shouldn't be any in the first place because of we are exempt anyway. Okay, as the people, the corporate entity is the one who's, quote unquote, responsible for them. So if somebody else can confirm that one, that would be very interesting because, I have some paperwork in there that I'd like to see get resolved with regards to that. And let's see, who else is here? Is that Juan Carlos and Greg? Good day, good day. Thank you for being here. Since 1933, you and your credit and the credit of all the other Americans have been pledged as collateral for the debt of the corporate United States without your knowledge or consent. This is unlawful conversion, but legal and in force until we take back our implied consent by the special lawful and legal commercial process of redemption. We have unknowingly been registered to be collateral for a mortgage held by foreign financiers from the foundation of this nation in 1776. The answer to the conditions we face today is 1776. Perhaps you assume that the name on the tax statement that you have received at some point in time or on your driver's license or telephone or power bill is yours, and so you respond to these commercial presentments as though the name were yours. This is involuntary servitude. To make this involuntary servitude legal, the government provides us with a remedy. It doesn't matter that the remedy is hidden by legalese and makes it difficult to access and apply. That the remedy is not widely in use today presumes our knowledge of it and our choice not to use it, for ignorance of the law is no excuse. Okay, that's not a Catholic country, okay? So let's get back to the Catholic country, and then you won't have from the beginning, because you have morality in there that recognizes deception, and you can't have that. That's just a no-no. And why the church has been ignorant of that fact for so long, I don't know. I do know, but never mind. The remedy is not impossible to apply, just seemingly difficult and implausible to perceive. Again, I kind of associate this awakening, if you will, even though I hate that word, this discernment process within the credit system, monetary system, similar to the one at the website with the Catholic faith and the Most Holy Trinity. Seemingly difficult, but not impossible. Your status as a subject of the state is based upon the presumption that if you did not wish to be so encumbered to the state, you would use the law to do something about it, as long as you do not take advantage of the remedy that the law provides. The state presumes that you are content to remain in servitude to the state and be used as collateral for the federal national debt. That sounds like a small hat presumption. Can such a premise be true? It seems totally out of step with everything we have ever known about our world, our nation, our government, and our relationship to the state, but it is so. The reason why it feels so out of whack is because it's unnatural. It's not natural law. It's not moral. But we have allowed that through our sin and our ignorance. Under HJR 192, passed in by Congress 77 years ago, on June 5th, 1933, I don't know when this was written, so the math might not be right. It is public policy not to pay debts, as unbelievable as this might seem. Okay, it is public policy not to pay debts. That's how our system works. It's a debt-based system. It is impossible to pay debts because there's no money of account to the United States with which to pay them. No one can compel anyone to pay a debt with silver or gold or any specific monetary instrument of his demand. And yet they do. That's the interesting part. Because I do these. I send these presentments in, and then they mail them back to me and say, we only take... All right? No, that's not true. That's against public policy, and then you have to prove that to them. So they're ignorant of... They enjoy their slave status, especially the bank owners and the small and the large corporations. Word to the wise quickly here. When I've seen a lot of people do this, and it's kind of a mistake at this point until maybe Doge comes through and says, okay, you all have a redemption and recognizes it, and all you corporations have to abide by it. But I doubt that's going to happen. So don't do this with your electric company. Okay, they will turn your lights out. However, okay, if you do a process with them, you know, kind of like where you're working with them, you're communicating with them, and you're working it out and teaching them, they might. All right, depends on it all depends on the people, because people operate the corporations. Once a debt is created, one's liability to pay can only be discharged by tendering it to someone else or back upon its creator to cancel the charge. With the advent of the bankruptcy of the corporate United States in 1933, all debts can be discharged by one's promise to pay when legitimate of money of account of the United States is restored to use, or by one's MOCEE, which is the credit exchange. A presentment is an offer or bid to put forward for payment or acceptance and discharge. Okay, a presentment is an offer or bid to put forward for payment or acceptance and discharge. Refusing an offer creates a controversy that puts the refuser in default, making him liable for the presentment value himself, instead of being the maker or acceptor of the offer. So, for example, if you make a presentment so that let's just say your electric company sends you a bill. You take the bill including the coupon payment on the bottom, and you write across it, accepted for value, returned for consideration, charge it to the account, and you put your social security number. You sign it with your real signature. You put "by" in front of it, and you could even put the straw man all caps name on there if you want, that you're signing for them. And then you mail it back. They get it and they look at it and what the heck is that? That's not a check or money order or cash. And then they mail it back to you saying, we can't take this. We don't know what this is. Or they just don't mail it back and they say, you're still overdue. That is refusing an offer, and it creates a controversy that puts the refuser in default. So the electric company is now in default, making him liable for the presentment value himself. So if you take this all the way to the court, the court will rule in your favor as long as you record the process, keep track of everything, and do it 3 times, instead of being the maker or the acceptor of the offer. Okay, so they get in trouble. There can be no controversy in bankruptcy, for in bankruptcy all debts are discharged. The judicial power shall extend to all cases in law and equity arising under this Constitution to controversies. Okay, with no controversies allowed in bankruptcy, the judicial jurisdiction may be called into play when a judiciable controversy is created by someone refusing to accept an offer. Like I just explained, you must either pay or discharge. Once you accept the debt for its value and return it for value to its source directly, so if you mail that presentment back to the corporation, the electric company, or via the IRS. Okay, you can do it that way. There's certain forms that you can send to them and have them deal with the electric company. The debt is discharged according to the public insurance policy HJR 192 of 1933, and when you have returned your acceptance to the sender, he must credit you on his ledger with having discharged the charge. And again, the electric companies and the corporations, they don't like to do this. It's more work for them, and they get a credit. They don't get a FRNs for them to use immediately. Public policy is the maritime security insurance bond that settles the debts of the redemptor's state-created vessel strawman. A verbal or written security agreement with the state-created vessel strawman is the basis of the security contract. Okay, this is important. A verbal or written security agreement. A security agreement, so you have to look that up, see what that consists of. With the state-created vessel strawman is the basis of the security contract. I did one of those, I don't know, it's almost 15 years ago now. You can register your private security bond in the public domain as the basis of your mutual offset credit exemption exchange, the MOSCEE, if you wish, but it is not required. Okay, you just have to have it on your person, that security agreement. You are exempt from paying because you are the principal, security holder in due course, the controller, of your straw man in the public domain. You are the first in line and first in time secured party creditor, SPC, of any commercial transaction that you endorse with your credit sign, your blue ink signature. HJR 192 of 1933 states that the people of the United States can use any kind of currency, coin, or personal promissory note to discharge public and private debt as long as it is used in the normal course of business in the United States. At first, gold and silver in the United States notes backed by gold and silver were used as the currency to pay debts, but later the Federal Reserve and the corporate United States provided a new medium of exchange, promissory notes, that are available to us to use to discharge public and private debt today via MERCY / MOCEE, Mutual Offset Credit Exemption Exchange. And again, people say, you're nuts, you're crazy, I don't believe it. Well, it's true. All right. And I tried it with, like I said, I made a promissory note. I made a money order out of the coupon on the bottom of the IRS bill that I received. I mailed it back. All I did was write paid to the order on the coupon to the U.S. Treasury, put the amount in, and I put what was required, the Social Security number, the tax year, the amount, paid to the order of, and I mailed it in. And again, now you're supposed to endorse the back of that as well. You flip it over, you write all that on the front, you sign the front too, and then you flip it over and you sign the back, mail it in, and I got a refund check, okay, for the overage, because I paid more than what was due for that tax year on that promissory note. All right, and I'm not the only one who's done it. I've talked with other people. So, all right, that's our relief. That's our remedy. We're going to continue on tomorrow with It's Only a Game, and we'll get into some more rules and information about it. Deum vobiscum, et quoque pote, oremus. O most Holy Trinity, the Creator and Redeemer of all the faithful, grant to the souls of thy servants and handmaids the remission of all their sins, that they may obtain by loving prayers the forgiveness which they have always desired, who livest and reignest with thee, one divine family, forever and ever. Suscipe Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, hoc immaculatum hostium, quam ego indinius famulos tuus offeditibi Deum meum vivum et verum, pro enim edibidibus peccatis et offensionibus et negligentis meis et pro omnibus circumstantibus, sera pro omnibus fidelibus catholicorum vivis aquae defunctis ut mihi et idis proficiedat salutem. Deum qui humanae substantia dignitatem miribiditur vendidis et miribidus reformati de nobis periguis aquae numine mysterium eius divinitatis esse consortis qui militatis nostrae, fieri de notis est pateceps, Deum Iesum Christum Filium, qui tecum vivit et reinat in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Offerimus tibi Deum calicem salutaris tuum de peccatis clementium ut spectu divina maestatis tuae pro nostra totius mundi salute cum odore suavitatis ascendat. In spiritu humilitatis et in animo contrito suscipiam anorta Deum Iesum Christum et fiat sacrificium nostrum et spectu tuo hodie ut placiat tibi Deum matronam nostra Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, veni sanctificator Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, et sanctificite plata prosequendo et accepere hoc sacrificium tuo sancto nomini praeparatum. Suscipe Sancta Trinitas Sancta Oblatium cum tibia fedimus a memoriam passiones, resurrectiones et descensiones Deum Iesum Christum, et in honorum Deum matronam nostra et Papa Peter Sanctorum et Istorum et Omnium Sanctorum, ut idis proficiat ad honorem nobis aut salutem, et idi pro nobis intercedere de inter caelis cor memoriam agimus in teris per illum Christum Deum nostrum. Orate, ut meam equestrum sacrificium acceptabile fiat per Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Suscipiat Deum Iesum Christum sacrificium de manibus tuis et laudam et gloriam nominis sui ad utitatem quoque nostram totiusque, ecclesiae suae sanctae. Deum vobiscum, quoque pote, sursum corda habemus ad Deum. Gratias agamus Deum nostrum, dignum et justum est. De egito clementissimi motere pater, Demotor nostrae, Dem Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, Pedem Iesum Christum Filium Tuum, Deum nostrae, supplices rogamus ac petimus. Ut ie capta habeas et sanctificas, haec sanctam sacrificium irribata, in primis quae tibi ferimus pro ecclesiam tuum sanctam catholicam quam beatificari custodiere honorare eredi neris tot orbiterarum aeque catholicae. Memento Deum famelorum caetorum. We pray for the sick and the suffering. We especially pray for Katie, Gage, R.M., Eleanor Lively, Robert Dosco, Sr. and Jr., Maria Josephina Mose, Letitia, Mindy, Clarette, Mark Jr., Henry, Barbara, and Benedict Santa Croce, Luis Antonio Cantu, Mr. Nobody, the Cantu and Duarte families, Michaela McLarnon and family, Sarah and Becky, Jenna-Lena, Lori, Aaron and family, Maria and the Line Weber family, the Dosco, Nye, Tafur, Began, Wolf, and Kane families and their intentions. We pray for Mr. Nobody to receive the funding and strength needed to complete the first Sedevacantis Catholic Council office in Monastery, Illinois. We pray for an end to all governmental allowance or sanctioning of abortion, transgenderism, transhumanism, child trafficking, child abuse of any kind, anywhere, place, or time. We pray for the establishment of a Catholic monarchy with a sound Catholic system of labor, human value, medium of exchange with no usury. We pray for courageous men to step forward as leaders of this Catholic society. We ask for a reversal of the feminist ideology and a return to godly femininity. We ask that all pornography in the OnlyFans platform, as well as gay quote-unquote marriage, be banned. And we ask for the conversion of all sinners trapped in a state of mortal sin, especially the ignorant. We ask for an increase in the virtues of all people, that they might learn and study the Catholic virtues. And we pray for the elimination of all harmful radiation waves in our air and in our homes. All these things we ask in accordance with the Most Holy Trinity's divine will. Adonium circumstantium coram tibi fides cognitas et noto devotio procubus tibi afferemus, verque tibi affront hoc sacrificium lauris prosesuis quaendibus, pro redemptione anamarum suarum postpe salutis et calamitatis suae, tibi credunt volta sua, aeterno Deum vivo et vero. Communicantes et memorum venerantes in primis gloriosae semper Dei matronum nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum et Beatorum martyrium torum, Papae Sancti Petri et Sancti Luci et Sancti Jacinta et Sancti Francisco et Sancti Juan Diego, et omnium sanctorum tuorum quorum editis praecibus quae concedas ut in omnibus protectionis tuae immunium et exilio peniendum Christum Deum nostrum. Quam oblationem te Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum in omnibus consecratum ac aptabellum quae fecere digneris ut nobis corpum et sanguinem fiat dedictissimi filium tuum Deum Iesum Christum, qui pridie quam patoretur recepit panem in sanctas aquanabilis manus suas, et derivatis oculis in caelamata Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum suum omnipotentem tibi gratias agens, consecravit, fregit didique lumis sui dicens accipite, et manducat ex hoc omnes. Hoc est enim corpus meum. Simini modo postquam ceremone est accipient hunc precladum calicem in sanctus aquanabilis manus suas, item tibi gratias agens Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, consecravit didique lumis sui dicens accipite et vivite ex omnes. Hic est enim calix sanguinis mei, mysterium fidei, quae pro nobis et pro multis effundetur in remissione peccatorum, haec quod est cum purificeritis in memone facietis. unde et memores Deum nostro tuis, et plebs tua sancta, iustum Christum filium tuum Deum nostrae, tom beate passiones nec non et nefarious projectionis, sed et in caelos gloriosa ascensionis offerimus praeclarae maiestati tuae, de tuis donis actatis, supra quae propitio ac sereno vultur respicieri digneris. Supplices teragamus Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum ibi, pectere per manus tuum, ut quod, ex hoc altaris participationis sacrosanctum Deum Filium tuum, corpus et sanguinem subsenimus, omni sanctificatione caelesi gratia Dei per amor per Deum Christum Deum nostrae. We pray for those who have died. We especially pray for Ernest Chipuzzi, for whom this Mass is being offered. Ipsis Deum et omnibum in Christum quiscentibum locum refugere ducis et pacis ut odoro gesta procamere per Deum Christum Deum nostrum, per quem hec omnia Deum Iesum Christum semper bona creas, sanctificas, vivicas, consecratis et praestas nobis. Per ipsum et cum ipso et in ipso, est tibi Deum Matrum omnipotentium in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, omnis honor et gloria. Ave Dea, matronam nostrae, gratia plena Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum tecum, sanctam tuum in mulieribus, Dea matronam nostrae, materam Deum Iesum Christum, ora pro nobis peccatoribus nunc et in hora mortis nostrae. Libera nos quaesimus Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum ab omnibus malis, praeteritis, praesentibus et futuris, et intercedente beata gloriosa semper Dei matronam nostrae, cum Papa Petrum Sanctorum et omnibus sanctis da propicius pacem in diebus nostris, ut ope misericordiae tuae aduiti et peccato simus semper liberi et ab omni perturbatione securi. Per eundem Deum nostrum Iesum Christum Filium tuum Deum nostrum, qui tecum vivit et regnat in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, per aeternam. Pax Deum Iesum Christum sit semper vobiscum, et quoque apud te. Haecum ex Deo consecratio corporis et sanguinis Deum Iesum Christum fiat accipientibus nobis in ad salutem aeternam. Pax tecum, et quoque apud te. Deum Iesum Christum, qui ex voluntate Deum matronam nostrae, cooperante Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, per mortem tuam unum vivificasti, libera me per hoc sacro sanctum corpus et sanguinum tuum ab omnibus iniquitatibus meis, et universis malis et facmi tui semper inharare mandatis, et unum quam separare permittas. Qui cum eo Deum matronam nostrae et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum vivis et regnam aeternam, perceptio corporis tui Deum Iesum Christum, quod ego in nius sumere praesumon non mihi proveniat in judicium et condamnationem, sed pro tu pietate prosit mihi ad tutum mentis et corporis, et ad me delam percipiendum qui vivis et regnas cum Deum matronam nostrae in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. In panem canestem accipiem et nomen Deum Iesum Christum invocabo. Deam matronam nostrae non sunt dignus, otitus et ete meis, in tantum dediquerbos navaternam mea. Deum Iesum Christum non sunt dignus, otitus et ete meis, in tantum dediquerbos navaternam mea. Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum non sunt dignus, otitus et ete meis, in tantum dediquerbos navaternam mea. Corpus Deum nostrum Iesum Christum custodia aeternam mea. Quid virtubum Deum Iesum Christum pro omnibus quae virtubum mihi, calicem salutaris accipiam in nomine Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum immocabo, laudans immocabo Deum matronam nostrum et ab inimicis meis salvosero. Sanguis Deum nostrum Iesum Christum custodiet anima meam. Quod orisum sumus Deum Iesum Christum punimenti capemus et demonin et parafit nobis remedium sempiternum. Corpus tuum Deum Iesum Christum, quod sonsis sanguis quam petavit heriat visceribus meis apraesta, ut in me non remaniat scelerum macula quem pura et sancta reficerum sacramenta. Deum vobiscum, et quoque apud te, oremus. May the prayer of thy suppliants profit the souls of thy servants and handmaids who beseech thee, O most holy Trinity, that thou mayest free them from all sins and make them sharers in thy redemption, who livest and reignest with thee, one divine family, forever and ever. Deum vobiscum, et quoque apud te, ite mises. Deum gratia. Placia tibi sancta Trinitam obsequium servitutis meae, et praesta ut sacrificium cor oculis tuae maestatis in indus obturi tibis et acceptabile miquiet omnibus, pro quibus idut obtulis siti miserante propitiabile per Christum Deum nostrum. Sanctificat vos omnipotens Deum matronam et Filium et Spiritum Sanctum, Deum matronam nostra et Deum Iesum Christum et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Gratias. O most holy Trinity, I believe, I venerate, I hope, and I love thee. I beg of thee pardon for those who do not believe, do not venerate, do not hope, and do not love thee. Most holy Trinity, I venerate thee profoundly, and I offer to thee the most precious body, blood, soul, and divinity of Deum Iesum Christum, present here in reparation for the outrages, sacrileges, and indifference by which himself is most offended, and through the infinite merits of his most sacred heart and the immaculate heart of Dea Matronam Nostrae, I beg of thee the conversion of poor sinners. In nomine Dei matronam nostrae, Deum Iesum Christum et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Gratias. All right, well, that concludes today's Mass. And hello, Ruth. How are you? Thank you for being here. And yeah, great. head over to our website. Check out what we think we know we didn't know. I was just going to mention how the subscribers, they keep going. I don't know, they go up like 1 or 2 and then they drop back down. They go up 1 or 2 and then they drop back down. What we teach is tough. It's tough to unprogram oneself. It takes a certain kind of soul, one who can discern, one who understands humility, mainly humility. That's the key. Please go and sanctify all those who you meet today. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow at the same time, 7:30. All right, great. Have a wonderful day.